We're at the Living History Farm today. Usually we take the Living History Trail. And I don't know, I just decided we'd check out the farm because I never have. Come on. Let's see a car over there. I don't know, I'm assuming it's maintained by the park rangers. Maybe that's somebody who works there. Welcome to Kings Mountain State Park. Welcome to the past. In the future, how might people look back at your life? How would a typical home of the early 21st century be depicted? What other buildings would be needed to give a fuller picture of your daily existence? Questions like these shape the Living History Farm, where you can glimpse the world of a typical upcountry farmer of the 1800s. Historians believe a farm once existed here, but today's site is not a recreation. Instead, it's a collection of buildings, some that predate the Civil War, were moved to this location. Others were constructed by the park, which help reveal life on an 1800s farm and its surrounding community. Cool. There's a barn, cotton gin, garden, vegetable garden, corn crib, sorghum cooker and press. You guys know what sorghum is? Carpenter shop, home place, smokehouse, outhouse, chicken coop, weave house. Wow, there's a lot. And a privy. Cool. Well, let's go look. Let's see what this says. Some of these, like they say, predate the Civil War, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, this is the home place. I wonder if they ever open it up. Let's see. The heart and headquarters of a working farm was the home place. Here, the family lived and children were schooled, particularly when weather forced people inside. The home place bustled with activity. Following a traditional design that's traceable back to the Scottish Highlands, John Robert Patrick built this cabin for his family of 7 in the 1850s. It was inhabited until about 1970. Wow. In 1976, the house was relocated here from the Sharon McConnell area, about 20 miles away. Well, the Scots did settle North Carolina, so that's not unusual that you would find a house constructed in that tradition. At least on the inside, maybe, because outside I'm sure houses, well, I know they didn't. Houses in Scotland didn't quite look like that. That's a private residence over there, so that's got to be maybe the caretaker of this area. This is the barn because, oh look, a cow. With sugar too expensive and artificial sweeteners unknown, how could farmers satisfy their sweet tooth? By using sorghum. Unlike sugarcane, sorghum is drought resistant, making it an ideal crop for this region. This must be the mill, maybe. Mill or gin? Maybe gin. Cotton gin. Cool. Please help us protect the history of South Carolina. Do not climb, push, or pull on the cotton gin gears and wheels. I will not. Cool. So cool. Gin. And I know that I've been to a cotton gin before, having grown up in the South, but this all looks like it was, I don't know, are horses responsible for turning all of this? This is definitely, it's all wooden. No motor. Don't judge. I'm not up on my history very much, not with regard to cotton gins. I mean, I know you have to separate the seed from the cotton, and then I don't know how it all works, to be honest. I'll have to read up on that. Was that a hitch down there? Would they have hitched horses or something to that? I don't know. Oh, well, how does it work? It's right here. Horses or mules were hitched to the sweeps at the base of the gear wheel column. Gear wheel column, that must be that. Come here. It's just other people. Horses or mules were hitched to the sweeps at the base of the gear wheel column. As the central gear rotated, two smaller wheels suspended from the ceiling turned. Each had smooth leather belts attached, which ran through holes in the floor to ceiling, and turned the crankshaft that operated the gin itself, located upstairs. After being picked, the cotton was brought to the second floor and fed into the gin, where rollers, brushes, and saws separated the fibers from the seeds. The seeds dropped into a tray beneath the gin and were collected for the next year's crop. The cotton fiber was then removed from the gin and placed into the press and pressed into tight bales when horses pulled down the pulley arms located underneath the press. Our gin lacks the ropes and weights utilizing the pulleys in the end of each arm. The main wheel of the press was turned by another leather belt. This force was multiplied by using the weights and pulley system to raise the arms, compressing the bale into the chute upstairs, where it would be wrapped, tied, and then dropped through the trap door to a waiting wagon. So there you go, that's how it works. Hey guys. Who is that? Huh? Who is that? Shh. They're not listening to you. They're paying you absolutely no attention. Now what are you barking at? There's nobody over here. Meet the animals. So, who did we have out there? Rooster the horse, Leanne the horse, Baby the horse, Jack the donkey, and Belle the mule. Well, I definitely saw Jack and Belle. And that might have been Leanne, possibly. I have to go back and look again. And this is their spot right here. It's their barn. Well, I've read all the rules about the Living History Farm, and apparently it's okay for me to have Daisy out here on a leash, walking through the historical Living History Farm. I keep getting park rangers that like to pull over and tell me I can't walk her at the front, even though by their own rules and regulations it says that you can walk dogs anywhere within Kings Mountain, pretty much, except inside the buildings, and they have to be on a leash. So I don't know, that's confusing to me that they say that you can't walk at the entrance of the park with them on a leash. And that's one of our favorite places, but that's all right. We can come out here. The Living History Farm is really cool. So we'll just do that from now on. Come on, you. Come on. And there's places out here to picnic with a little grill. That'd be kind of nice. Come out and have a picnic. Come on, Daisy. Come out and have a picnic. Grill some hamburgers.